These exercises are considered preparatory exercises. That's exactly what they are preparing for sparring and fights. That is, when you're already wearing gloves, it's a signal that you need to be extra attentive. The exercises that were developed probably date back to the late 1960s, but at the very least they had already been officially approved because they became widespread and were practiced everywhere. They are considered preparatory for sparring because it's very challenging. That is, during Soviet times, boys generally knew how to fight, so it was easier to explain things. Now it's much harder to explain because people don't fight in the streets. And if they do, it usually doesn't last long. Get into a fight, you end up in jail. So guys, look, wherever there's contact, you need to control the force yourself. That is, my coach used to call the first exercise how boxers greet each other. All right, let's go. There you go. Here, you have the same thing. You can choose your distance. Work hand in hand. Here, you can kind of maneuver to some extent. You can, as you see, adjust your striking distance, make it shorter or longer. There are a lot of visual factors here. If you need to extend, take a step back. If you need to get closer, take a step forward. Try it from the side, from the side, from the side. Don't try to do it fast at first. You need to learn to do it slowly first. There you go. Another thing, when you throw a punch, try to keep one hand covering yourself. Basically, while you're punching, it's generally considered that you're vulnerable, you're opening up. This is the only time a boxer opens up when he throws a punch. Actually, look at me. Here, I start to throw a punch because of the way the system works. When I start to throw a punch, my shoulder comes up and my hand is kind of along my well, at the level of my line of sight. So it's like I'm punching through my line of sight. You understand? And as long as your hand is moving, it protects you. You must never leave your hand out there. If you throw a punch and leave it bum, you get hit right away. So just as it goes out, it comes right back. And while you're punching in reality, it happens so fast that you don't even have a chance to block the hand. Especially at the beginning of a fight. The speed is very high. Well, just try to block it. Go ahead, try. You won't be able to block it. That's why you start by working on the straight punch. That's also how boxers greet each other. Let's go. There you go. Start slowly. Try not to miss. These are your first aiming points. When you work with a live opponent, your brain comes up with so many new things right now. There you go. Sometimes you press, sometimes you step back. Switch your stance. Try to be different. There you go. Be more flexible, more flexible. Stop. Guys, you're like robots. Bam, 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 bam. Relax. Try to do it easily. This exercise is done easily. 1, 2. You spread your arms out. There you go. See, it's done easily. There you go. Keep watching, keep watching. There you go. See, it's so simple. Let's go. Good. Stop! Now, look, Ram. You strike with both hands. You block both of his hands. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, the second one. There you go. And keep your eyes on him. In. There you go. And relax. No need to tense up here. There's still a long way to go before the fight. Let's go. There you go. Constantly, constantly. There you go. Don't stumble. Just walk calmly, like you do in everyday life. In a fight, you won't remember any of these complicated things anyway. You'll instinctively avoid all the unnecessary things that tire you out. That's enough. So, what do you think? Shall we make it harder? Let's go. Throw a hook. There you go. Spread your hands. That is, you don't need to keep them like this. Spread them apart. In. There you go. A little higher, higher, higher. There you go. At head level. There you go. You can go faster. There you go. Don't back away. See, you're doing it again. It's boring. Relax and watch how my punch goes. Your task is to pay attention. I'm telling you again. All right, go ahead. In. There you go. And let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Nice and precise. Nice and precise. There you go. There you go. Well, there's one thing here. You just needed to show it. Hold your wrist straight. Keep your wrist itself perfectly straight. Not this angle, hold your wrist. Because, I'll say it again, when you punch the head is, well, ideal in its proportions, of course. But still, if you turn your fist even a little, you'll get injured. It might seem like you landed a good punch, and that's it. But one time might not be enough. All right, get ready for side punches. Punch for punch. This exercise is basically practice in place. The only thing is, you can move around either in a circle or just a little to the sides. Now stop in place. And make it sharper, sharper. So here you can already pick up the speed. Stop. Higher, higher, roam, higher. Now look, turn the handle. Like that. In. There you go. So, like body, head, head, body, body, head, head, body, body, head, head, body, body. See, your hand is lagging behind. It's not striking upward, it's hitting somewhere here, along the shoulder line. Adjust it a little bit. See where you're not pushing hard enough? There you go. Yours is moving almost like one, like a single unit. There you go. And don't lift your elbow up. There you go. Pull harder, harder. Otherwise your arm will fly apart. In. There you go. Do you feel that stiffness? Yes. That's because the movement is correct. Now, the second one. Right away, see, you made a mistake. Why did you do it like that? Relax your arm. Here's the movement. Just a simple, basic physical exercise movement. I'm telling you, you won't remember these complicated moves in a fight. Why? Because, well, how are they now? How should I put it? Well, like something unnecessary. That is, you really need to get rid of all this extra stuff. You have to forget everything you don't need. You only need the things that matter. The right move comes easily, smoothly. The shoulder extends at the right moment. Higher, higher. It's not the elbow that's higher, but the fist itself that's higher. There you go. See? That's it. How else can you do it? And look at the timing. See? You're jumping up, but you just need to rotate. Just rotate. In. In. There you go. Try to keep your elbow together with your fist. You've got the direction right here. And if you play with it here, yes, you can play with it. You should even play with it because you can land a punch from here or from there. But in this case, you have a clear movement. The simplest movement. Now the second one. There you go. There you go. The second one. There, slowly. See, you brought your hands together here again. Be bolder right here. There you go. Higher, higher. Good. Lesher. It's coming out better. Stop. There's another thing. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also a good thing, like getting used to it. Here, an element that's both combative, striking, and defensive is woven in. Let's go. Alexei. Yes. 1, 2. Fist, fist. No, only you are throwing. Turn off your leg. Try to do it with your hands. Now, you more or less understand what pads are, right? Where you block, where you defend. You always throw a straight, straight, straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You keep throwing at him blindly. Doesn't matter. Right now, you're working on his agility, but you're sharpening your strike. Every movement you make in your mind should either open something up, close something off, reconsider something, or improve something. All right, let's go. There you go. Start blocking. There you go. Try it with just one elbow. Stop, stop, stop. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all simple. That's it. Hit it, hit it. Stop. You see, there are so many things that need to be rehearsed, to be stabilized. Because what your eyes see and how your brain analyzes it the first time, well, if you're lucky, you'll even understand what it's about at all. Because in a fight, you play with this distance. Now I'm going to let him go, specifically for this reason. And he starts to make a move, you stay in place. In other words, you don't need to pull back. Why? Because you absolutely have to maintain your distance for the strike. That's why these kinds of combination exercises were invented. Now look, we're combining 1, 2, 3, 4. And from the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Keep bringing it out, keep bringing it out. See, the exercises are simple, but look how many mistakes are made, right? That's exactly why we have the training process. So until you work out all these, well, basically, difficulties then, well, explain it, right? Show it, show the technique, please. How can I show you the technique if you don't even understand this basic relationship? Techniques are built from exercises like this. Here you block like this, here you can deflect a strike, right? You can deflect a strike. There you go. See, you can deflect strikes. You can do it with one hand, right? Sometimes with your elbow, sometimes with your hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There. See how simple it is. These things require very fine tuning. You won't be able to master them without a coach. Again, I'm telling you, your eyes need to have, how should I put it, smart vision, very precise, very accurate. If no one shows you, explains it, or lets you try, the training process gets longer because you won't figure it out on your own. You toss it from below. 1, 2, toss, toss. There you go. The hand, like this. There you go. Once more. Don't rush, don't rush. In. There you go. And here you just start walking, moving around. No need to do that footwork chest just yet. Again, until you get used to this distance, what's safe and what's very dangerous, until you really get that down. All those proper foot movements, well, that's a whole different kind of practice. And toss it from below. There you go. Harder. You can go faster. There you go. One of the most effective defenses against an uppercut is simply to meet it with your pedal. Just like that. Bring your hand towards yourself. Stop. Stop. The correct position, once again. You're blocking it right with your palm. Another way, well, you can try it differently if you want. You can block it like a hammer if you want. Both ways are correct. But with your palm, you can hold it in place. Let's go. That's it. Keep moving. Don't speed up. Don't speed up. You need precision here. See, you. Stop. You're not doing your strike correctly. You're holding your hand at this angle, but you need to turn it and rotate the whole thing. It's not this part that's striking. It's this part that's striking. Here's how the strike goes. There it is. There it is. See? Place the second one. There it is. This one and this one. There it is. There it is. Where are you controlling from? Right here. Not here. What is that? There you go. Bring it under yourself, in line with the strike. Then it will make sense to do it. There you go. Come on, let's throw it. There you go. The movement is always strong. If you don't know what to use to steer, use your hips. Get ready. Let's go. Stronger. Move slowly. Move slowly. There you go. That's enough. We'll finish here for now. As an announcement for the future, guys, I'll say that we will continue to film similar preparatory exercises. There are a lot of them. And, well, they are more than nature also change. That is, at first, when you're just getting acquainted with the exercise, there's one strategy. But when you're already trying to derive some kind of small formula from this exercise, for example, for a certain sequence. That's a different kind of work. These are the very first, the simplest exercises, but it's precisely in them that, as they say, the technique is laid down. So watch and follow us. We'll definitely show you everything.